So I'm out here at Lowe's today. Completely different experience at Lowe's than at Home Depot. And I got a few interesting stories to share with you guys. But the first one is going to be about customer service. And the fact that I had multiple people at Lowe's ask me if I needed help, went above and beyond what they needed to do to really make sure that I was happy with the product that I was purchasing, which happened to be a tire inflator. And I'll tell you guys more about why I need this tire inflator later. But it's a cool little portable option that you can keep in your vehicle, especially with vehicles today usually don't have spare tires. So I keep a tire patch kit or a plug kit and an inflator with me so that if I get a puncture, obviously you blow out a sidewall, there's nothing you can do about that. But if I get a puncture, I can repair it and pump it back up without putting that gel in there, because the gel basically kind of just like mucks up the tire and the rim, and it makes it pretty much useless, so it's not really repairable. But regardless, I needed to get a new one, and it's an interesting story behind why I needed to get a new one. But at the end of the day, they went above and beyond to make sure I was happy with the one that I was going to select. And that was a big difference. Like, it didn't seem like to me the employees here at Lowe's were quiet quitting, you know, like I was telling you guys about the Home Depot experience and trying to get that spare key cut. And one of the gentlemen who actually helped me was he was outside when we pulled up, and he was working pretty hard, and it's hot out here. He was sweating his butt off, and he was racking up all the carts in the parking lot. There's not a cart in this parking lot. That's a big difference between Home Depot and Lowe's that I've seen, is that the parking lot is not full of carts and those flat carts that you're gonna put like bags of mulch on and things like that. The ones that are like more likely to be rolling around the parking lot and hitting your vehicles. So he grabbed up all those, and then I saw him inside trying to ask me if I needed help. So he was all around the store. So it's just an interesting, different experience between Lowe's and Home Depot. But the other interesting thing was the fact that everybody was in such a good mood, a pleasant mood. And I have to think that it has something to do with the environment at Lowe's, perhaps, maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but there has been reports that Lowe's is giving their employees bonuses. So there's a bonus program, or at least they're issuing bonuses, or maybe implementing a bonus program to help the employees because they know money is tight. So, hey, if any of you guys work for Lowe's or know anyone who works for Lowe's, comment below and let me know about the bonus situation, and or just like the overall culture and environment of working at Lowe's. But lastly, I'm walking out of the store, and you guys may recall we covered a story when we were in New Mexico, and we were bringing you guys some information. Let me put this down. And we were bringing you guys some information while we were in New Mexico, because we saw a lot of police activity, and we actually heard some gunshots being fired after we had eaten Chipotle, which I didn't realize how many people were gonna like dig in and comment about us eating Chipotle in New Mexico. But regardless, that story actually unfolded the following day, and there were news updates about two gentlemen who went to a Lowe's. And actually, there's one of the guys right there who helped me. Pretty nice, pretty cool dude. He was telling me about how he used the inflator himself. But these guys, they went to a Lowe's, I believe it was a Lowe's in New Mexico, and they stole a portable air conditioning unit, and ultimately ended up in this police chase and this shootout. And it's a crazy world out there. But I think the employees probably are informed now more to pay attention to some of the items walking out of the doors and prevent loss, act on loss prevention and try to prevent theft, especially for the fact that the more theft that the stores have, the less profits they make, and the greater the risk is of the company, ultimately being put in a position to have to lay off employees. So it makes sense to take pride in what you're doing and where you work. But so I'm walking out the door, and he said, "Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but did you pay for that? Did you pay for it somewhere else, or do you need to know where to pay for it?" Because I'm literally just walking out. I'm just walking out with this in my hand. I'm just walking out, just carrying it in my hand. And he's like, I'm sorry. Like, he was so polite about it too. He's like, I kind of need, did you? And I was like, and I pulled out my phone, and I showed them, I pulled the email where they emailed me the receipt, which is one of the things I noticed difference about Lowe's. Home Depot, if you choose email, which I love to email the receipts because then I have a record and I can find them really quickly if I need to. But Home Depot, if you email the receipt, they actually print a paper receipt for you to have too. Well, here at Lowe's, they just you choose email and you don't get a paper receipt. So I'm walking out with this. I'm walking out with this tire inflator. I'm walking out with this. Like, I don't even know if you can see it. Look. I'm walking out with this tire inflator in my hand, no bag and no receipt. But he was just so nice and polite and was like, "Hey, did you need help? Maybe." I'm sorry. He actually apologized. He's like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "Dude, it's okay. You're doing your job. I appreciate it. Here's my receipt." He goes, "Thanks. Have a nice day." And completely different experience here at Lowe's. A lot of things going on, and in just a short visit just to pick this up. But I did want to share this with you guys, just so let you know that maybe not everywhere is. Maybe there are still some good employers out there. I'll put it that way. And they treat the employees well, and it's a good environment, it's a good culture, and it doesn't promote this quiet quitting and people pointing fingers at everyone else saying that's not my job, and actually doing what they need to do to make sure that customers want to come back, customers want to spend money. The company maintains or keeps a good reputation, and their job security is actually better for it in the long run.